Oh my googly, it is House of X. And just for the record, I feel like shit.
He's had a migraine all day.
I've had a migraine today, so this is going to be really interesting and really fun for all of us except for me.
Hey, worst case, I take over halfway through and then mess up
There's a real freaking good chance that I might just
pass out.
Something like that. I don't know. Brain isn't functioning super well, so that will probably make for some good art. So,
oh yeah.
and hopefully we're talking more than just to ourselves. Like,
we are. There's a few people in here.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. So how's everybody doing today? Awesome, awesome. Awesome blossoms. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I broke out some new paintbrushes. Those are pretty awesome.
Yeah. We got a lot of new
Should we talk about them? No.
Should we talk about them? No. I don't know where all of our new paintbrushes went.
I have them all.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Oops. Wrong camera. Wrong camera, my friends. Look, I got new puddle pad, which already has paint all over it. Very nice.
Yeah.
Just love doing stuff like that.
Yeah, you already got paint all over it.
Yeah. So let's talk
That's
about
pretty
brushes.
useful.
This is one of my favorite brushes of all time. It's a Rubloft. These are literally impossible to find. It's actually a fingernail brush, and they are super rad for fine details and stuff. My buddy Kirill Kanev from Russia brought those over a couple years ago when he was teaching, and I bought like 50 of them because they were super cheap, and luckily they were super good too. So that's a super rad brush if you can find it. Very hard to find. The other one, this is Raphael. Standard Raphael issue, number 1. We can look at the difference here between, this is a Phalanx by Game Envy. Game Envy just sent me some brushes, which are pretty cool.
Yeah.
I actually don't, I like this one. I've been using it a bunch for base coating and stuff. This is a nylon brush. It's not Kolinsky Sable. I know you were wondering that, Liz.
I was, 100%.
But it's pretty nice. Here's the funny thing. It's a size 3. Raphael's a size 1, and Raphael is like a little bit longer. But that is Raphael for you. But yeah, these Phalanx brushes, they sent us a set that was like a bunch of different sizes. These are pretty cool. I like this one. That one works pretty well. What is this? I have not tried this one, Rosemary and Company. So I won't say anything about it because I don't know.
So a lot of people like the Rosemary and Company. I am not a fan.
Liz is not a fan.
But there's just certain brushes that I can't use. And yeah, I've told Erin about my mishaps with paintbrushes.
Yeah. They get paint on them. And she just rages.
Hey, Heather.
That being said, though, I know a lot of people that use rosemary.
Elizabeth uses rosemary.
Maybe I'll try it out. That is false.
No, that's true.
No, that's true. Okay.
But then we also got Monument sent
2 brushes.
No, they sent us their new brushes. So they've got.
They changed the name, which I really like because the other one was just confusing.
Yeah, this is very straightforward. They're either
these are Kolinsky Sable or they're synthetic or they're Sable. One or the other. Pro synthetic, pro Sable. I like it. Very simple.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
I like the Monument brushes. They're good. They don't have as fine a point as, say...
Oh, no, these do. They do.
I don't think so.
They do.
I don't believe.
You haven't used them yet.
Well, that's true. When did you use them?
I used them yesterday when we were painting the secret stuff.
Stuff we can't show.
Yeah.
Well, I'll have to try these out.
Yeah.
I mean...
They're great.
That being said, even if they don't have quite the tip of a Raphael or something like that, they're still really good brushes. I use them all the time for small detail work and everything. I really like them. So, haven't tried these ones out just yet, but we will get to that for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet. What are you all's favorite brushes? This is my favorite brush. 50 cents. That just looks horrible.
That one's really bad. Feel how hard the
Yeah,
bristles are.
It's just solid.
I picked it up yesterday to use it while we were painting the dining room, and I was like, "Wait, this won't even hold paint." It's
so funny.
You turned it into a sculpting brush.
I will be honest. I used to be like the biggest brush snob. Like it was all about, a good Klinsky Sable, Raphael. Well, it was all about just Raphaels. I mean, look at that. Look at the point on that thing. It's so good. But that was all I used, and I always looked down, like if people were using a nylon brush, no, you can't use that. I have come full circle, and I use this brush a lot, and this brush has seen better days for sure. But it's really, I mean, it's all a means to an end, right? Like,
yeah. True story.
If you want to get some good texture, man, this brush is going to do it for you. So that's awesome. What is this brush? This is just a yellow brush, and I like it. It's orange.
Okay, so that was super weird because you said, "What is this brush?" It's a yellow brush, and on the screen it was still doing the green brush.
Oh.
And I was like, "Oh no, he's lost it. Lost it."
We've got a little bit of a delay here between our monitor and us talking. So, anyways, but look at that. Oh my gosh, those are beautiful brushes. Look at that. Just makes you want to paint, huh?
Clavicus said, "My workhorse brush is an old synthetic brush with a curled tip."
There you go. That's
the way to do it.
You know what's funny is I've actually had brushes where the tip curl, like this one is curling a little bit sideways. Let's see if we can do super in focus. All right, perfect example. Look at that little curly cue right there. If you get paint on that, and then want to highlight something that's kind of hard to get to, you can actually get into a spot, kind of work your way around, and then highlight the backside of it. So, I mean, it is what it is, but, yeah.
Aspire Painting said, "Wait, that's not a Vex airbrush. That's not even any kind of airbrush."
No, it's the paint airbrush. Look at, oh my gosh.
Are you, Aaron?
Gotta cut these little things off. There.
Look, good as new.
It's good as
new.
Almost new. Good to go. Okay, airbrushing. Airbrushing 101, even though this is not an airbrushing class.
No.
So does anybody have any questions about airbrushing? Because we might as well talk about it. I'm gonna.
Deadpool's Kitty said, "I used to only have the white plastic ones that came in the tester sets. I would flip them down with a couple of bristles to do miniatures." That is some major patience right there.
That's,
wow.
As they say, ghetto fabulous.
Yeah, Pendrake said, "My cheapo got them from Michael's brushes are my favorites right now. I spent $20 one afternoon and ended up with about 5 packs of nylons. Nylons, tacklons? I don't know what that means, but...
It's some sort of nylon. I think those are the orangey looking crystals.
Yeah. Save that the airbrushing class for Reaper Con.
So one thing I will say about nylon brushes, it doesn't pay to get more expensive ones. If you're buying a $5 nylon brush or a, heaven forbid, $10 one, I've seen some really expensive nylon brushes. Don't bother. Like these 50 centers work great. When they die, you just throw them away. You're like, okay, it was 50 cents, whatever. But they work great, and they work just as good as the $5 or $10 ones. The nylon always does the bendy thing. It's always going to do that. So don't bother yourself with really expensive ones. Save that. Save your money for your.
Unless you just want to.
If you just really want to, you can do that. But I'm telling you right now, shame on you.
No.
I'm just going to clean this out a little bit.
Oh.
What?
It hasn't been cleaned out.
No, it's been clean. This is super clean. See that at the bottom? So paint in the cup, no big deal. Like, that's not clogging anything. Down at the bottom, that's pretty clean. Actually, that's way more clean than it usually is.
Yeah, it is, actually.
But all that matters is your nozzle.
How clean is that nozzle? I saw you soaking the tip of the needle earlier.
So I've been playing around. I've been using different thinners recently, and just doing glaze medium and stuff like that. And like I've been having some real problems with like I think the combination of thinners is causing the paints to do weird stuff, and so the inside of my nozzle has been clogging out more often than not.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I was having some problems earlier today a little bit. I just cleaned it out real quick. This is super clean, so yeah, we're good.
Not like it was the other day.
Right.
When you found a rock in your nozzle.
Yeah, that was weird. That was definitely a first for me. But it's those it's the Vex rock nozzle.
Yeah.
Good to go. So if you noticed, I cleaned out the inside of my nozzle with my needle. I just scraped it. If you do that, don't scrape. You're doing a gentle sort of just not gouging the inside of your nozzle.
You're coercing the paint.
Yes, you're coercing it out. Now, if you want to be really safe, you can do the nip and tuck, is what they call it. Okay. No? Man, your eyes got big right there.
Sorry, I'm so used to like having to censor what you say.
I gotta tell you, I'm not running at full capacity right now. So
in my brain, it's going, okay, was that okay to say? Is that a bad thing?
Yeah.
Is anybody gonna like not like that?
Yeah. Are we in trouble?
Oh man.
I figure in life you're gonna get in trouble every once in a while. So. Yeah. And I have the excuse of not being completely mentally here, so...
You are not. That is a fact.
Oh my gosh. Sweet Lord Giblets. All right, got it in there. Spin it. Like it's... I don't understand what's... I don't understand what this lady is saying. So, yeah, that was very clean. I barely got any paint out at all. Usually it's
I'm
like...
going to butcher this name, so I'm not... We're going to call you Bot.
Hot Bot.
He said Aaron's rock in his nozzle is called a kidney stone.
Yeah. So, growing up, my dad used to get kidney stones all the time, and I'm like... I've been terrified in my life that I would get them too, because, it was my dad. Safe to say I'll probably get them too. But, it was bad. Like, that is not something I wish on my worst enemy. That being said, my dad used to eat, like, crazy food. Like, when he ate an apple, he ate the whole apple.
Oh, yeah,
Stem, everything.
But
maybe that's where the kidney stones came. He ate the seeds, which are apparently poisonous. Like, my dad's a machine. He is just a machine,
Oh, bless him.
Good times.
I have no idea where our little airbrush cleaning tools went.
I don't either. The whole bag of them?
The whole
really
3
cool.
bags of them.
The whole 3 bags of them are gone.
They are gone.
I do remember a certain someone cleaning the desk, putting things away.
Oh, no, sir.
And that certain someone probably put them somewhere.
No. Would never.
Um,
Okay, Valander said, I need a better compressor. Mine can only do 14 PSI tops.
Whoa.
That's real slow.
Whoa. Yeah.
And I have to thin even Reaper paints at about 3-to-2 ratio, water to paint.
Yeah, that's...
To get it to the nozzle. Yeah.
I usually thin my paints... Here, wait. Let me switch cameras because this is important. Yeah, that's way too thin. I remember when I first started airbrushing, I didn't know what I was doing, for one. So I solved every problem with thinning my paint more. And it got to the point where, like, I could literally paint faster with a paintbrush than I could with my airbrush. It was, like, the layers of paint were so thin and everything ended up dark and all that stuff. Spraying at 14 PSI. Now, I know there's people out there who are doing it, but they're also thinning their paints, like, crazy amounts. And it's building up very, very slow. I'm like... It's got to go quick. So I'm thinning my paint maybe 30% thinner to 70% paint. So not even 50-50. My pressure is up at 40. So that might be a little, like, obviously you can't hit that right now. But you want to do, I think minimum with acrylic paints to get the best bang for your buck. You got to go like 20, 25-ish, And granted, like I said, a lot of people do spray at lower amounts, but one thing you'll find with the higher your PSI goes, the smaller your dots are. So your airbrush atomizes the paint. It comes out in little bitty dots. And the lower your pressure, the bigger those dots, because it just is not, it's not blasting that paint the right way. So I found, just kind of by dumb luck, raising my pressure over time, mainly for when I'm priming stuff. Primer's a little bit thicker, and it's hard to get down the nooks and crannies. So I started upping my air pressure for that, and somewhere along the line, I just forgot to turn it back down, and I just started spraying with regular paints. But one thing happened that was very interesting was I used to always be fighting that little bit of speckle, or a lot of speckle, especially with lighter colors. And all of a sudden that went away, like almost completely. And it wasn't until I actually airbrushed at Adepticon, I was using one of my buddy's airbrush compressors, and I was like, holy cow, your paint's really speckly. And then I realized he was at like 15 PSI. And I was like, oh, I haven't sprayed at that low of a PSI in a long time. So, of course, then I mocked him, because that's what good friends do.
Oh, my gosh. Yes, of course.
I was like, raise your pressure. But yeah, it's a thing. Like the higher pressure, yes, it's a little bit harder to control, like right at first, but it's totally worth it. So if you were to raise your air pressure each time you airbrush, like let's say you airbrush, twice a week or something, raise it by like 2 PSI or something. You're not even going to notice it. But over time, you will just start working your way up and up and up. For the person with 14 PSI, that's a problem. And I know that I've got another friend who doesn't have a air pressure regulator, and his just goes at like 60 all the time, which is good for him, because mine can't go that high. I think mine runs at 50 PSI, but when you're spraying, it's more like 40. So, your air pressure always goes down a little bit when you start spraying. So, yeah, I would recommend getting a better air compressor. You can get, all those air compressors come from China. So you can get a fairly inexpensive one, probably like for $50 or $70, something like that online. And it'll work fine. That's what I used for years. The one that the Rockstar is the Aspire Elite from Badger. And granted, it's more expensive. It's probably twice as much.
Yeah.
Unless you can find it on sale somewhere. Like sometimes Michael's runs 50% off sales. Buy it then. Or just buy it. It's totally worth the money, but it's always nice when it's on sale. And that air compressor, they do stuff to it. They've modified their air compressors so that the air is more efficient. It blows harder at the same PSI. And I don't know how that's even possible. Like, you run 20 PSI on one compressor, you run 20 PSI on an Aspire Elite, and it will be better pressure. So, yeah, it is magic. So, and then that being said, I would start working your way up to at least 30 or 40 PSI, and you will definitely see a difference just in the quality of your airbrush. Air. Yes.
Air.
It's been a long day.
Pendrake said I once tried 60 PSI with a Badger. It really didn't end so well.
It's like the OK Corral. Like it's definitely out of control at first, but I'm telling you, like I spray very minute. I spray all my inks are at 640 psi, whatever psi it is, 60-40, whatever. The only time I've actually not been able to control it was when we went over to Clay's shop for a weekend boot camp, and his air compressor runs at like 120 psi, and then you have to dial it down with the thing, and I was just like, let's go for it, yeah, that was way out of control, but maybe if I had kept doing it, I would have gotten used to it. It's just a matter of you only pull back your trigger just a little bit, so you got your trigger there, and it's a hair trigger basically. It's the most minute amount that you're pulling back your airbrush. And it works because your pressure is higher. If you just did that little bitty pullback, just a little bit on your trigger, and it was like at 20 PSI, probably nothing would come out. So it is what it is. But having that higher pressure, and one of the things that I've noticed, which is really cool, is you don't clog as much. And I thought it would clog more because the acrylic paint loves to dry tip. It loves to dry on in your nozzle and all that stuff. But I think that extra pressure blows out some of the stuff that's getting stuck to it.
Your BFF is in chat.
Who's that?
Bryce. He said, "Don't even try low pressure. Cult of 60." That is.
Yeah.
No.
Bryce is the one I was talking about that had the air compressor that doesn't have a regulator on it.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
And then he said we need t-shirts. We have Cult of 40
We do have we don't have Cult of 60 t-shirts, but we do have Cult of 40 t-shirts. And you are a baller if you have one.
Absolutely.
So they say.
Hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up on stuff. Lander said, I have a local art store that not only sells compressors, you can also bring in your airbrush and cord, and the owner will find you the best adapter for free no matter what compressor you get. Wow, that's super
That's
nice.
really cool because it is a pain in the butt.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just put it that way. Just finding, because so here's the funny thing. So this is a 1/4 inch fitting right here, or no, 1/8 inch. I don't know, whatever it is. And I don't have a Badger airbrush here. Anyways, the Badger airbrush has a much smaller fitting. It's like 1/16 inch or something like that.
Oh, yeah,
They're both called 1/8. Yeah. Go figure.
Yeah.
Because this is what they're talking about. This part right here. So yeah, the Badger one is 1/8. This fitting right here is about 1/4 inch. But the Badger one, the one that fits Badger, which is smaller, and this one are both labeled the exact same size. So that makes it really, really not convenient. Let's put it that way.
Heather said, everyone asks me if I'm 40 when I wear the Cult of 40 shirt. The Cult of 40 has made me younger. That's amazing.
That's awesome.
Bryce, if you want a Cult of 40 shirt, we have them on our Miniature Monthly Teespring account. I will have to dig up the link, I think. And Heather, yes, we're going to do a ReaperCon get-together.
Oh, yeah.
Miniature Monthly.
Yes, which anybody can show up to.
Yeah,
but,
exactly. But I think... who was heading that up?
Andy and
I
Andy.
think, was it... Oh, yes.
And Lane.
No, Andy
and Lane.
Andy and Lane.
And possibly...
Yeah, so Zox and Lane.
Rear Admiral Large Barge.
Large Barge, yeah.
Yes.
So they're heading that up. Valander, did I hear right that the Vex uses an Iwata connector? We don't know.
I don't know.
We just found
it's the bigger one.
We have one link that goes to the correct connector, and that's all.
Let me run out to the garage. I'm gonna go grab a
Okay.
Patriot 105. They're made by the same company.
Hold on. Let me. Y'all are making me work today. I gotta remember where I put that link. Quick disconnect. Hopefully this will come up with the correct thing. Maybe. Nope, that's wrong. Alright, guys. Let's see. Okay, I believe this is the correct link for the quick connect or quick disconnect. It comes with like 9 different parts, but one of them fits. I can't remember. It's been so long since we had to buy one.
What's that?
I can't remember which one of these of the 9-piece set fits. But that's the one for the Vex. That one fits the Vex.
Okay, so I haven't used a Patriot or a Sotar in so long. I had to get them out of our special box of stuff that's stored away. So this is the size of a 105. This is the standard size for Badger airbrushes. It's much smaller. When Badger does a model for another company or a store or something, typically they put the larger connection on, which is a bummer because then everyone goes, oh, it's made by Badger, and they automatically buy the smaller quick connect connection hose, and that doesn't work at all. But that being said, if I have both, I have several of both sizes. There's only 2 sizes, so it's one or the other. And if you got both of them, then no matter what airbrush you ever get, you'll be able to put your quick connect on, and you should be good to go. So pretty cool. And I don't know, I don't think it affects airflow or anything. It doesn't make it any better, any worse, really. It just is what it is. So not too bad. Clean off I think my needle's dirty a little bit. I have a bent needle. It's just a little bit bent, but I don't really care. Maybe it's not bent. I could have sworn it was bent. Maybe I bent it back into place. Let me turn it sideways. It's a little bit bent. You can see it goes off to the side just a little bit. But that's not a big deal. The other cool thing, if you haven't gotten a Vex yet, or if you got it and you haven't checked this out, this front end right here, if you turn it around, it becomes a needle guard. Problem is, I never use it this way. So you stick it on, and the only thing is, the needle does stick out a little, like a hair further, if you get it all the way on there. I'm not going to stick it all the way on, because I like it like this, because it's much easier to get dry tip off. And you're always going to have dry tip on your airbrush. So, cool beans. That almost felt like the start of an airbrush lesson. I honestly can't wait till ReaperCon. So the other thing is, the one thing that I really like too about the Vex is just the fact that the nozzle is bigger, just like the Patriot 105. So we've got the larger nozzle, which is just easier to, grab and clean and stuff, as opposed to, say, our Sotar 2020, which has the world's smallest nozzle.
So, I'm not sure if Bryce is talking about nozzles or not, but he said Reaper has them on their site. You just type it in the search.
They might have who knows.
I know they have Vex parts. They've got nozzle covers, needle guard, regulator, tip, needle. Yeah, they have tons of replacement parts.
That is actually really cool. So Reaper went.
Every part. Oh. And they have an Airbrush quick disconnect fitting.
There you go. Well, that makes it much easier because they probably don't.
So much
they
easier.
probably don't carry the wrong size.
Correct.
Which is very cool. Cool beans.
That's awesome. That makes it so much easier than me searching through our Amazon past orders for quick disconnect.
Yeah. Until they run out or something.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Crap, now we got to find it. But quite honestly, I mean, I have both sizes. We have both sizes in the garage. And it's nice because not every, you get a new airbrush or something, or, you grab an old one and you're like, oh shoot, I need a quick disconnect, and you have the wrong size. So if you got both sizes, all the better. I gotta tell you too, this stuff from Badger, I don't know if Reaper carries it or not, but the spray through, it's a cleaner, but it's more meant for just keeping your nozzle clean. It helps keep the paint juicy in there, I guess. And so I always put it on like right after I airbrush or right after I clean and just sort of spray it through. Boom, done deal. All right, alrighty then. I don't know what to do. My head is like not happy.
I'm sorry, babe.
I know. And it's Bryce's fault. Dun dun
Blame it
dun.
on Bryce.
It's Bryce's
I
fault.
see your
We
leg.
all what?
I see your leg.
Yeah. Crotch shot.
No.
My camera's like in the wrong. Everything's discombobulated today. It just is what it
Including
is.
Aaron's burning.
Yes. Let's get some lights on here.
Yeah, I guess lighting is important.
So everyone talks about how do you get motivated when you really just don't want to paint, and we are going to find out tonight because I do not want to paint. Or it's not that I don't want. Actually, I want to paint, but I just really don't feel like it.
It's been a really long time since Aaron has just looked at me and said, "I really don't feel good. I need to go lay down." And then he's literally been in bed since about 1:30, 2 o'clock.
Since the break of dawn.
So, yeah,
All right.
he's got bad migraine tonight. Don't encourage him.
Don't encourage him. We might find the coolest thing ever made tonight, or we might have the most horrible.
Paint job. I brought your rolly cart of
Doom.
happiness. Oh, yeah, we'll go with that word.
You know what? Actually, could you make some coffee?
Do you want a cup of coffee? Do you need your cup?
Yeah, that would be awesome.
We still have some.
Yeah, just stick it in there. Stick it in there. All right. So one thing with airbrushing is I find that, you know what? You just go for stuff.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Look at that.
Marley's looking.
White
so-
AF. It looks like AP, but it's AF. Don't know what the AF stands for, but
As farts.
as farts.
No, not as farts. Just the stream that gets us kicked off of the.
Yeah. Yeah, you can say whatever you want. You can cuss all you want, but you can't say fart. Okay. So remember I said 30% thinner? That does not apply here. Although, probably could have, but I think I did more than 30%. I don't want this super thick. In fact, Coolio. That's too much. It's too much, but we don't care.
figure out how to get music playing.
Bow, chicka, bow, wow. How's that?
Not
Bing a ding a bow, wow, bow.
that big.
It always goes into some beatboxing, some scratching. I gotta tell you, these bright lights are not helping.
Oh, paint in the dark.
Nobody can see. We're just gonna go for it.
Actually, that would be a really funny stream if you were just painting in the dark.
Painting in the dark. I know James Wapple paints in the dark.
So this is very hot. Don't just pick it up, please.
Listen,
Look at that coffee.
do what I want. It's the coffee dragon. Dragon of coffee.
Bryce said, did you put a taller trigger on your Vex?
Yeah. Don't be jealous. Yeah, so I put the high roller trigger. The Badger has the bigger triggers. I like it. Liz doesn't like it because it's too high. It doesn't fit her fingers well. I actually like both.
I have like baby hands, so it's very difficult for me to. It doesn't work.
So this is the normal size trigger right there. So it's much shorter, as you can see. They actually make triggers that like ride just above the top. There's another company that does that. They're kind of expensive. Pretty cool. In theory, you know, you got instant. I don't know. People argue both ways that, you know, if you use the taller trigger, you have more control, and if you use a shorter trigger, you have more control. I think it's just whatever you like.
I can't tell. Maybe it's the screen. Oh, yeah. I guess. I think the screen lightens up everything.
Yeah, that particular screen for sure.
Yeah. Valander says, I paint whenever with a pair of 60-watt bulbs in the top light. What? In the top light of my room, and a desk lamp with one. Jesus, why did the letters get smaller?
Did you have a migraine too?
No, maybe I'm getting old.
That's probably...
Okay, I literally had to turn it up to like old people blind lettering. With 18 super bright white LEDs focused directly on the light. That's a lot of lightage. Do you find them on the Badger site?
The high rigor roller triggers? Yeah. You should be able to.
I guess I touched this. Oh, look how big the lettering is.
What's that? I can't even see your monitor. It's just blinded.
Thanks, Valfera. It's gonna we got 2 vowels in here.
Oh, yeah.
What colors are you using right now?
Yellow. That's literally the color I'm using.
Even like the literal name of the color. There's like 50,000 yellows in the world of miniature painting.
Yeah.
Oh, it's that one. Okay.
Cygnus yellow. I like that yellow because it's a very true yellow. It is what it is. But I had to put some white in it because it's way too yellow.
Gotta tone it down.
Gotta tone it way down.
Yeah. Lander said, I hate that my Reaper Chimera came pre-assembled. There's a few spots where the heads block each other and are difficult to paint. That happens.
Yeah.
See, that's when the old synthetic brushes come in handy with their curved tips.
That's for sure. Where did all my paint? All my paint disappear.
You.
This one.
Aaron got a new toy this week.
And it makes this sound. Like that. So I've been doing my nails. So this is a nail sander gun thing. And it goes a little bit slower than, like, say, a Dremel tool. And holy cow, I've been cleaning up all kinds of models, especially 3D printed models. It works great on. But also it works great on plastic models too. Just taking off all the mold lines and cleaning them up. Super rad. I love it. And I did my thumb right there, and it looks beautiful.
Look how pretty it is.
It is.
We need to do the rest of your nails. I'll give you a manicure.
Sure.
Yeah.
We use our white AF again.
I can't believe you actually wrote white AF on there. That's super funny. Joe says, been airbrushing for a long time. Have you ever tried holding the air down with higher pressure for constant air and then pulling back and forward for control of the paint instead of short blasts like a mini rattle can? Just curious.
No, because it's really hard to, I don't know, maybe some people can do it, but for me, to hold this down and then, so my fingers are already getting tired, and then just pulling it back a little bit. You could do that, but it's much easier just to go up, 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 up like that. You'll never have speckling because not enough paint goes on the needle. The other thing is, when you have that down all the time, you're literally just drying everything out. You're drying the needle out, you're drying the nozzle out, everything. So, not saying that you couldn't do that, but it's much easier for me to do the short bursts. Like I can get like minute amounts of paint. And if I'm holding it down constantly and trying to pull back, invariably I'm going to pull back too far. And then, like, I'm talking a small amount of paint. So it's also, one of those things.
I put the link to the nail filer thing in chat. Sorry, my brain is also just not here and there.
That's right.
She
ain't got no brain.
Thanks, babe.
You're welcome.
Please. Bryce said to demo the nail thing. We can demo that a little bit later. It's not plugged in currently.
You can demo it yourself, sir. How dare you?
That would require me to crawl on the floor to find an open spot to plug it in. Jesse said, tired already? Time to do some finger push-ups. Pew, 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 pew. That's super funny. Also, on that nail drill file thing, there is a 20% off code. So,
Ooh.
Or not a code, but there's a 20% off coupon for Prime people, I think. Yeah, it's super cheap. Like, and it comes with a ton of different heads for it, but then also it comes with like 50 additional sander bits. Bryce, I am much stronger than I was. That is correct. But I'm also getting older, and my knees don't like to work. Actually, as I was walking to the bathroom, every step I took, my ankles were popping.
Ooh.
It sounded like my grandmother.
Tell me more.
That was the end of the story.
Oh.
Thanks, though.
You are welcome.
Hey, cranky dog. It's okay. Aaron sometimes forgets when we have these things, too. So.
What?
He said, I almost forgot you were on tonight.
Yeah.
Life happens. You can't remember everything.
We almost forgot on purpose now.
No, we've never done that.
I did think it was Thursday for part of the day, though, so that's...
Yeah. No, well, yeah. This whole week has felt really weird. Because I thought Wednesday was Thursday.
It's been a crazy week.
It has been a crazy week. And then we have one more crazy week, and then we go on vacation.
That is correct.
And I'm excited.
And then we started the week, my son calls me up and he's like, hey, Dad, I'm deaf. I'm like, what?
Yeah, that was super fun.
That was a little bit disconcerting.
Mm-hmm.
But...
Now you have to tell the story because you brought it up. And so now people are going to be like...
No, I don't
why
think
is he
anybody's
deaf?
really concerned about it, so it's just, No, so...
No, of course.
So my son has long since he was a little kid, he's been going for the Guinness Book of World Record for earwax. He's practiced. I don't know how you practice that, but the kid has airwax coming out of his earwax.
He has airwax?
Airwax, yes.
Airwax and his earwax.
You know what? Shut your mouth. He has so much earwax. I remember as a kid, we'd be driving to school and it'd be dripping out of his ears. Like, it's just so...
Please don't let me start gagging again. Your son, that explains so much. Yeah, well, that's true.
So anyways, he's had that problem his whole life. So, and whatever, he's earwaxy kid, like it's no big deal. Well, then I guess he was trying to clean out his ears earlier this year and he pushed the wax too far down. So what started happening, it didn't really mess him up right initially, but and of course he never told me any of this, it's just like after the fact when he's deaf, he's like, oh, by the way, I'm deaf. So he, in the mornings, every morning, he'd be completely deaf in both ears when he woke up. Like he could not hear. And when he stood up, then all of a sudden, like it would pop or something and he would be able to hear again. Well, one morning it just didn't pop, which is terrifying. So he's just deaf. And so I guess he fooled around with it, tried to he Q-tipped it or something, and he got his right ear working, but his left ear didn't. So he goes up, he buys some earwax removal stuff, and he starts working on it. The right ear kind of did okay, but the left ear was he was completely, he could not hear at all. And not only that, but it hurt. There was, pressure and stuff involved. And so, he wasn't sleeping and all this stuff. And so, of course, he's coming on vacation with us. So he's going to be on a plane next week. And I'm thinking, you've got to be kidding me.
That was all
he's going to end up blowing out his eardrums on this plane flight,
All I could picture was him getting on the flight and then them starting, to get up in the air.
And they have to land
him
or
just,
something.
Doubling over and screaming. And I was like, this is not going to be okay.
Yeah.
He's got to get this taken care of, now.
Right. Or I would just feel really bad if something permanent happened because of the flight. And it's but I mean, the plane flight itself was super expensive. Anyways, so he was going to get on that plane.
Yes. Yes.
Son, you're going deaf. So, no, we probably wouldn't have done that. But
No.
so anyways, then he goes to CVS Pharmacy, and I guess they have ear flushers there. And so he got his ears flushed, and the right ear came out perfectly. In fact, it was completely cleaned out, which is great news. The left ear stayed deaf, like couldn't hear a thing. And so that's concerning. And the problem was they could see down into his ear, and they could see his eardrum and stuff, and everything looked fine. He just couldn't hear. And so obviously there was some there was some earwax built up somewhere. So anyways, he kept doing this detox stuff or Botox, or I don't know what it was. But
Botox. It's some sort of, I don't know.
It's an ear flush that you can do at home. So he did that all week long. Nothing happened. Goes into the to Walgreens again today, and it immediately. He said they didn't even go very long, and it flushed out, and he can hear perfectly. So, I don't know about you. I would be like jumping out of I would be singing and dancing through the store, and
I don't know what I would be doing.
Probably
Heather
some sort of calisthenics.
Murex. It might be Murex. I have no idea. I don't think he ever said what exactly it was called. He just kept calling it an ear flush.
No, he told me what it was called, but I wasn't listening.
Oh, babe. Heather said an ENT can remove the plug. She had that once. Yeah, yeah. My brother.
But the good news is he got it done, and yeah.
Basically. So, yeah.
And he knows how to I'm like, dude, you should probably go in there once every 6 months or something, just get your ears flushed, because he is the king of earwax. He could start a candle company.
Yeah, there have been lots of candle and earwax is the new resin printing.
Oh yeah,
sculpting.
you could print models out of earwax.
Yeah.
Super. Not.
Lots of sculpting, But it's fixed. So hopefully he won't have any issues next week. He has exactly 1 week before he flies out, so.
I don't see it filling up. I don't know.
I don't
put it past him.
Jordan's ears are
He's amazing. He's an amazing kid when it comes to earwax.
Mm-hmm.
The worst thing about this, one of these days, he's going to show up at a ReaperCon, to check things out, and everyone's going to know him as the earwax
exactly.
kid. He'll be like,
That's the
really
earwax kid right
great.
Earwax and Pansk.
The Pansk.
Yeah. Jess Ember said a coworker recommended a cleaner that her doctor recommended. It's life-changing. It's called Clinier Ear Cleaner.
We'll have to try that.
Yeah.
Write that down.
I shall. Book Jedi said there are some crazy videos of irrigations where people have rocks of wax come out. Yeah, I've watched those before.
Yeah, he said it looked like it looked like a slug came out of one of his ears.
Oh, I have no doubt.
But he said the funny thing was the left
the
left ear was not very much stuff at all. What he ended up getting out, it was just in the right spot and it stuck, and it made him deaf.
Yeah.
Deft.
Deft. Yeah.
Hey man, that kid's so deft.
D-Brox is another brand.
D-Brox, that's what he was using.
Okay.
So the D-Brox worked really well on his right ear, but it was still even after he did that, when he went in to get his ear flushed, massive amounts came out of his right ear.
Wow.
He was just hoarding for years.
If that's why I have half the time I can't hear you. I wonder if my ears are clogged.
I think it's probably the same reason I can't hear you. I just turn you off.
Thanks, Faith. You just admitted that to 55 people.
That's right.
Thanks.
You are welcome.
Also, people are already shooting off fireworks, so Marley is...
We love it.
Marley is a ball of anxiety tonight. Oh, Bryce, I fully knew that he tunes me out. I can tell him something 8,000 times, and he'll look at me the 8,000th time and say, you haven't mentioned this before.
Okay. To be fair, I have 2 parents and I have 2 kids. I am a professional at tuning out people.
I know. Yes.
Don't feel special. I've been working at this for years.
I know.
And don't feel bad. I mean, you could feel bad, but you shouldn't because, like...
I don't. And I feel like it just comes to the territory.
Yeah. You're like, wow, he's already tuning me out.
I just know that if I need to tell you something, I just know I'm going to have to tell you multiple times.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Marley, are you comfy?
Marley's kicking it.
Yeah, she's getting heavy. Marley.
She's getting a little chubby in her old age.
I don't think she's getting chubby. I think her fur, she just has so much fur, it's just weighing her down.
Maybe her fur's getting chubby.
Maybe. Marley, you need a haircut. So what's everybody else painting tonight? I'm assuming
Yeah,
that
what's
you
everyone
are
doing? Who
painting.
cares what I'm doing?
They can see what you're doing.
Yeah.
So.
They're already sick of it.
Alright, Marley, can I put you down? Can I put you down? I'm gonna put her down and then the fireworks are gonna start again.
Yeah.
Down. Wow, I guess nobody's painting anything.
That is awesome.
Guys, y'all are supposed to be painting along with it. Well, with Aaron, not with me. I'm not painting.
Yeah, Bryce, you got all kinds of commissions you're working
Yeah.
on. You gotta get on it, man.
Heather said I'm looking at the Nakatu bust and trying to and trying to feel motivated to paint her again. Get on that.
Who makes
Heather,
that bust?
I don't know. Heather, who makes the Nakatu bust. Also, you should use this time to just put a little bit of paint on her. And then post the pictures in the Miniature Monthly Discord. Big Child. Fraley said I'm not painting, I'm putting all the minis together from the Reaper Kickstarter I got today.
Nice.
Sweet.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna be doing that for a while.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Bryce said finishing work. Awesome. Jesse said been working on my I'm gonna screw this word up. Caladrax Bone Dragon and making his wings look bloody. Ooh.
Yeah, that's a big dragon.
Sweet. Book Jedi said cleaning a steampunk bust, then we'll be painting a Games Workshop snake. Sweet.
Nice. I just got the new Necron, or not new Necron, but the Necron, what's it called? I don't know.
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
It's a Necron something or other.
It's a big thing.
Yeah.
Heather,
Silent King.
there you go. Heather said she's getting close to being done. I just hit a wall with her. Not literally. I don't know.
Sometimes hitting the wall is therapeutic, but it usually breaks your knuckles.
What?
Hmm?
What are you talking about?
Hitting a wall.
Don't hit walls. Jesse's watching and he's going, oh no.
Oh no.
Don't
no.
worry, Jesse. Aaron doesn't actually hit walls.
I just fall into them usually, or...
That's usually what happens. Trips into them or slides into them. He said just make sure you hit the ones that I've already patched over.
Yeah.
You know, there was one patch in the bathroom and I saw it and I was like, I wonder if that's what that patch is.
Maybe someone passed out and put their head through it.
Maybe. I mean, that could happen. Maybe. Heather says I have a heavy bag for hitting. Ooh, maybe that's what we should get.
My grandfather had one of those. He had a punching bag for when because he was in the Navy, and he taught, it was some school for like officers or something. And of course it was a bunch of young kids, and he was older at the time. So he'd just come home and hit the punching bag instead of other people.
Hey, that's smart.
Yeah, it worked perfect for him. And one day he retired and the punching bag deflated.
Maybe we should get you a punching bag so your poor phone doesn't get dropped 9,000 times.
It's more fun dropping the phone.
You literally have an indestructible phone.
I know.
I don't understand.
It's like spiking a football.
No, it is not.
Except it's a $1,000 football.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure how my phone has survived as long as it has. And what's funny is this phone has survived the longest out of all my phones. Usually they just start breaking down. Usually right after the warranty's over or right after I get done paying them off, which is suspicious.
No, that's literally what always happens. As
Yeah.
soon as you finish paying it off, that's when it starts breaking.
I really think that's a lot of
Yours-
BS. But my phone is just like, you know what? We're going to go forever.
Yeah. The only weird thing with your phone is you have that phantom alarm at 6:41
Yeah.
afternoon.
Which makes me want to throw it even more.
Every day. Oh, I know. Fully aware.
Yeah, if anyone knows how to get rid of a phantom alarm on a Samsung Galaxy S9, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
I will paint you a dragon. No, I won't.
No, don't. You have so many projects you gotta finish first.
That's right. But I might get you a free beer at Reapercon.
There you go.
At the free beer event.
At the free beer bar
Yeah.
for us. Yes. Perfect. Shadow Hunter said Naval School, the Naval Academy at Annapolis.
No, it was somewhere. It was in California. There's, yeah, nothing as prestigious as that.
I don't even know what the Naval Academy of Annapolis. I don't even know what Annapolis is. Annapolis.
I think it's
Annapolis. I don't know how to. I don't even know how to pronounce that.
Anna Banana.
Alfera said, "What do you mean by phantom alarm?" It's not an alarm that is actually set in the alarm
Part
app.
of the phone.
Um,
So this alarm, it just goes off.
it just randomly goes
And
off.
how do
but
you
there's-
turn it off?
You have
You
to-
can't.
You have to literally turn the phone off and
turn
turn
off
it
the
back
alarm.
on in order to turn the alarm off because nothing pops up. There's no way to actually turn the alarm off.
Yeah, and it goes off of it's actually my phone ringer. So at first I thought somebody was calling me when it first started happening, but there's no way to answer the phone.
Yeah.
And then I realized that, it's
It
just,
was happening every day at the same
yeah,
exact time.
6:41 it goes off. So like when I do my private coachings, I have one at 6:30 and I always forget. So whoever's in my 6:30 private coaching always has a phantom alarm go off in the middle of it.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Jesse said Naval Postgraduate School in Monterey. And then Big Jim said the same thing. And then Shadowhunter said, or the Army Navy Academy in Carlsbad.
Okay, just remember this was back in like 1962, so it might there's a possibility that the school
In other
doesn't
words,
exist.
Aaron has absolutely
Yeah, the
no
school,
idea.
and my grandfather's dead, so I can't ask him.
I mean,
I
you
could
have a
go to the
seance
grave.
or something.
Actually, I could probably ask my mom, but that would be way too easy.
I'll text her real
Yeah,
quick.
text her.
Alarm. Do you have a sleep number bed? No, we do not. That's a good question. Alfera, it's not a recurring calendar. No, it's not. It has nothing to do with this calendar either.
Yeah, some of the things online have said it's something to do with Bixby, but I don't remember ever turning Bixby on. In fact, I don't think I've turned it on this phone. Because it was just ridiculous.
Your Your alarm could be under your notifications.
No.
No, it's not. It's literally not in any sort of alarm app. So like we've pulled up every single program or app or whatever inside of Aaron's
That
phone.
has an alarm, so it must be another
And we've looked
app.
at notifications. We've looked, like we've been Googling all kinds of things, and we've tried so many different fixes, and none of them are working. The only thing we haven't tried is actually taking it back to the store.
And I'm sure
and
they'd
letting
just be
them-
like, yeah, we don't know
We're
what
just
it
gonna.
is. Like,
They'll probably just brick it, and then
oh, that's what people said, to reset the phone, but I
that's a lot.
don't want to transfer all my photos, and like it just
No, then
seems
you have to
super
log
lazy.
back into
And,
all of your apps,
yeah.
like all of your.
Although, quite honestly, at this point, I probably use like 3 of them, but
True. Well, I mean, like your banking apps and stuff like that.
but with my luck, it'd be an app that was like on the phone already, you know, that automatically logs in,
Yeah.
and then I still have it. I think
was
they
this
just want me to
Grandpa
have it.
Lovejoy, or was this?
Grandfather.
Okay. But I don't know. It's just a slight pain in the butt. But it also helps us helps remind us that.
If you needed to know when 6:41 was, you would know.
Well, no, it helps remind us that, hey, like if we haven't started dinner, we need to start dinner then because
I'm already halfway through part
Taylor's
of the
gonna
coaching.
because Taylor's gonna be home soon.
Oh yeah, that's true too.
So. Alright, Book Jedi said there's some app that's causing it. Sleep Number is one that it does. Long press empty screen area widget, scroll down. Okay, hold on. That's a lot of instructions. Hold on. Ow. We're gonna try it.
If there was like some sort of thing that had to do with like voodoo and some sort of rain dance, I would be fully into
Scroll
that.
down and find the settings one by one widget.
This is where we find out that one of the people watching is actually a programmer for Samsung.
Yeah.
Oh, small world.
Okay, so I don't see settings one by one widget. So I'm not seeing. Not seeing that. So I will take a picture of the thing, and we'll try that later on. Yeah, we'll have to wait till 6:41 tomorrow anyway, so to find out if
Yeah.
it works. Ouch. Thanks,
So you're
guys.
supposed to hard press it while it's going off?
No, I have to find the settings widget, which I couldn't find the settings widget, but I mean, I'm sure it's one of them. And then you have to select notification logs. Jesse said you can also download an app called Nice Catch from the Galaxy Store, and then when the alarm wakes your device, it will show you what alarm is causing it.
Oh.
So that might actually be the better option. Yeah, Shadowhunter 6:41 is a super specific alarm, like, time. I don't know, but I mean, this is also like Aaron we're talking about, so
Who knows?
sometimes he just presses buttons, and as long as it's close enough to the alarm time, then that's it. And I don't know if maybe he, I don't know, was maybe half asleep someday and then set an alarm, and then it's just haunting him.
It is what it is.
Such is life. All I can hear are the frogs.
Yeah. Can anyone else hear them?
Can y'all hear frogs?
Sounds like someone's honking one of those horns that you have on a bicycle or something. Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah. Yeah, those are frogs. They're next door. Our neighbor has like a jungle in their backyard. Not like an actual jungle, but I don't know, they like plants. I don't know, they've got all kinds of stuff. They got like a little pond back there or something, because there's always like constantly running water. And then I guess because of that, they have a ton of frogs. Oh, Jesse said, have you been present for a frog migration yet? They come from the low side from the small lake behind the neighbors across the street's house. Maybe that's what that was the other day. So we kind of sort of, that poor frog. So there was one frog that apparently kind of got smushed in the garage door when we closed it one night, and we didn't know it was there. And then we've found like a couple of other frogs in the garage. We found a little baby frog out by the AC unit.
He was pretty cute.
There's
one that
cute.
lives under the AC unit,
Yeah.
which is still there when I vacuum the yard.
Oh my god.
He comes out and he just sits there, like he won't leave. Like the lawnmower's like three inches away from him, and he's just like, I'm not leaving. I just want you to know I'm here. He's pretty cool. He's getting bigger too.
But I mean, I don't know. We've had a lot of frogs recently. I know last year when we were at Caitlin's, holy cow, we had like little tree frogs, and they would come up and just stick on the glass, on the sliding glass doors, and then like on all of the windows around the house. Froggies everywhere. Yeah, that frog is protecting his house, exactly.
Yeah, well, he had nowhere else to go. I don't think there's a back door. So he was just like, I'm going to sit right here just in case, but I'm not leaving.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to download that app.
So I talk to him from time to time.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of conversations do you have?
Well, we talked about the fingernail trimmer machine the other day. We hadn't gotten it yet, and I was telling him my concerns. I was like, hey, I hope it works, but what if it doesn't? We're out $17.
Yeah, that's...
And he concurred. He's like, yeah, I get it, man. I get it.
Is that what he said?
Yeah. This dragon is kind of a pain in the butt put together. It'd probably be a pain in the butt taken apart too, so I don't know if I would paint it any differently, but part of me just wants to throw in the towel a little bit, but I can't because of Jesus.
Yeah.
Not of Nazareth, Jesus down at Vaughn's. We don't have Vaughn's here, never mind.
We do not have a Vons. That was a really good try. Okay,
But I
so
did know a
downloaded-
Jesus who worked at Vaughn's in California.
It was Aaron's best friend. So I. Oh, okay, cool. I downloaded that app, so maybe I'll set an alarm on my phone to remind me tomorrow to look at your phone.
Well, don't I need to download the app on my phone?
Sweet pea, I did download it on your
Oh,
phone.
you did?
Yeah.
Hmm.
6:35 p.m. Okay. Yes, frogs are cool that way.
I think they're disgusting.
How dare you?
You know what's nice about talking nonsense while you paint is you forget that you didn't want to paint to begin with. And
It's
then
true.
you just
No, we can talk
I
our
actually
friends
like-
nonsense. We have a family reunion tomorrow.
that is nonsense. I thought it was Sunday.
No, baby, it's tomorrow. That's why we need the car tomorrow.
Oh,
Taylor's got it.
that's hot.
Yeah, no. Family reunions tomorrow, so we get lots of food. And then I think my cousins are gonna bring pickles, and we're gonna have
Pickle fights.
no. So there's a game, and you throw pickle spears
Mm,
And then
at each
you-
other.
at each other, and they have to catch it in their mouth. Sounds real.
You enjoy that.
Oh, I am. Don't worry. It's the shoot. I literally just wrote the name of it. Every time, I swear, one day, I will not have to look this up. The Shvirna dragon figure. Do you remember what Bones was that from? Bones 5?
Sure.
Sure. Yes. Mhm. Thanks, Big Jim.
Pretty sure it's the most current Bones that's being
Mhm.
fulfilled. Did anyone get the pirate ship? That thing was cool. Remember when we visited after our car accident?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
They had it.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
It was huge. Soon. Yes. Some people have already started receiving theirs, so
Sweet.
Bryce said I wanted it but nowhere to put it.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's the
Bryce.
only problem with those things. And I would want to put it like in a bathtub or swimming pool and
What?
float it, float it.
No, you just get a floating shelf and you put it on the floating shelf.
Yeah,
We
but-
have 2 floating shelves that are sitting under our bed that we still haven't put up.
Well, whose fault is that?
Yours.
I don't have a ladder.
Exactly. That's why it's your fault. Wait, why do we need a ladder?
Oh, Liz.
Are you gonna put it like at the ceiling?
I'm going to put it on the roof of our ceiling.
That's how it's gonna float.
Yeah. We're going to have angled shelves.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot of sense. Did anybody have anything super exciting happen this week? was it just another week?
Just another manic Monday. Whoa, whoa.
The other day, I almost filmed you, and I really wish that I had. So Aaron and Taylor do this thing. The two of you just you'll break out into like opera or just like weird singing, and it just goes on for like 15 minutes, just the two of them singing, and they're not even in the same room. They're doing random stuff on opposite ends of the house, and
we don't play
it's never
that.
a dull moment in the Lovejoy house. That is for sure. Oh, that's not good, Heather. They had a ransomware attack at work.
Mm-mm.
Oh, that sucks.
What was that?
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
It sounded like a cat fight.
Probably is, because I found a huge hairball over here.
Marley's.
She's going for it. Get him, Marley. Those cats are going at it.
I think it's screaming. Oh, I'm gonna go shut the garage. Marley, calm down. You're good. Nobody's here.
This is like... Getting into these parts is a little bit difficult. So we'll do the trick of doing a little bit of detail, and then we'll airbrush and not worry about it.
It was more fireworks and kids screaming. Holy cow. Marley, it's okay. Come here.
Yeah.
Come here.
I like the way that's...
I know. Come here. You gotta turn around, you goose. Jesus. Heather said we're good, but a lot of work.
That was What's Good by Tom Enzi.
No! Alexa, stop. What?
We had a friend who Alexa and
No, never mind.
and what's
Nothing.
the other one? Computer.
Can you stop saying her name, please? Oh my gosh.
Anyways, the two different systems would talk to each other. They'd be just downstairs talking to each other.
It's the Amazon system and the Google.
The Google one.
Well, she was talking. I don't know what she was saying. She was talking. Marley, stop. This is a baby. She is a baby. Ouch.
What are you laughing about?
Marley's hair is just all over the place. Heather said my friends got their two systems to rap. Oh my gosh.
That's pretty awesome.
Were they like doing rap battles between each system?
I've hit Zen mode.
I've noticed.
I've lost the ability to speak.
Well, you gotta get it back because we still got 30 minutes.
I'm not saying nothing to nobody.
Yeah, that does sound hilarious. I wonder if I could get my phone I have a Google phone. I wonder if I could get my phone to rap with the she who must not be named. Oh, I get to print my first 3D printed bust out this week. No, it's okay. It's just fireworks. Really, stop. No,
Sounds like rain.
it's not rain. It's freaking fireworks.
Mm.
Stop. It's fine. No. You're fine. No.
So they have fireworks. It's weird seeing just fireworks around because in California, obviously, they don't have fireworks. But
Yeah, no, they're setting them off in the street.
yeah. Well,
Right in front of the house.
where do you want to set them off at? In the Knott Street?
In a field? Like everybody else does?
No, that's just. You just think that because your parents live on a farm and that's what you're used to.
Well, that's what we did.
In
Jesse
Washington,
says I
my
want fireworks.
my,
No.
s- my sisters, they would just have fireworks. They'd just blow off fireworks in the middle of the street. The whole neighborhood would. Except they would shoot them at each other,
Oh, yeah, that's super smart.
like the Roman candles and stuff. It's pretty
Yeah.
awesome.
No, every year, so our family reunion has always been on the weekend of 4th of July since, well, forever. I don't know.
Except for the last 2 times I've been here on the 4th of July, in which case you guys didn't have a family reunion. Thank you very
We
much.
didn't have one last year. We had one the year before. You weren't here though.
You didn't invite me.
You were in
It's okay.
California.
It's alright. I get
You
it.
didn't live
I
here then.
get it.
And I did invite you. You were always invited to our family reunions. We had to strategically time our visits to one another. No, we would set them off every year.
They're going to set them off this year?
No, we haven't done it in a really long time. Problem was we always were in a drought. So there was always like an order that we weren't allowed to set off fireworks.
And now it's rained for like
No, it
2
was-
years straight.
And then no fireworks, yeah. It was also expensive. Like that's the other thing.
Oh, I
is
know.
Fireworks were expensive.
I spent like $1,000 last week
You did not.
at the Kroger.
You did not. Big Jim said some kids with fireworks near me accidentally burned a field down. They were charged with burning standing crops. Never heard of the charge before. Yep, that is 100% a thing. So that actually happens a lot in Georgia. Well, it used to. Last year, not so much because the ground was so freaking wet. Like, nothing was gonna burn. Jesse said what I thought was weird was seeing people selling Xbox controllers on Facebook in front of pictures of a bunch of fireworks out here. Then I was reminded most of them were illegal and I was sad.
Yeah.
Super
You can't shoot fireworks off in California, but they do. I remember my friends burnt down the field. It was like a mile from my house or something, but they were shooting Roman candles at each other out in the field, and the field burned down.
Wow.
Luckily, I mean that was around houses and stuff, and luckily it didn't like they caught it early on, and I don't think they got caught. They were scared though.
I used to be terrified of fireworks.
Remember the first time I took Taylor, she cried. And, we had to take her home. It sucked.
Aw.
Yeah, because it's like, when you go somewhere like in San Diego, everyone goes to the fireworks.
Right,
so like
right.
it's massive traffic. It's really hard to get in and out. We got in. She was all excited. Fireworks start. She flips out. Like not like a little bit flipped
Yeah.
out. Like flipped out.
Yeah.
And I was like,
So-
oh my gosh, how do we do this?
The best thing for those is noise canceling headphones. The earphones that you wear like when you go to
Yeah, we
Like a
didn't.
NASCAR
We didn't
race?
have that either.
Oh, well. My dad did. Because when I was little, that's what he put on my ears so that I could watch the fireworks. But no, I remember one year they were setting the fireworks off in the yard. I mean, I guess technically that is the yard. The yard in front of my nanny mama's house, and I got so scared that it was gonna fall on me that I started running. I ran all the way to the back of the house in the backyard, and then it still like it was falling on me, so I went back inside. The fireworks aren't gonna fall on you, not that high in the air, but I was terrified. I thought I was gonna die. So maybe I have been an anxious mess since I was a kid. No, Marley, it's okay. No.
That's funny because those ones actually aren't very loud.
I know, but this is our
And
dog that
those
we're
are the
talking
ones,
about.
like the one that was really loud that popped, she didn't do anything on
I
it.
know.
What a weirdo.
Marley, nobody is trying to get into your home. No. You're okay. It's okay. Her little claws are digging into me.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
I wonder if it's because it sounds like a bag of crinkled cheese.
That's like the weirdest combination. We've got frogs and fireworks going at the same time. Ribbit,
Yeah.
ribbit, pop, 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 ribbit, ribbit. The frogs don't seem to care at all. They're like, this is awesome.
Right.
Do you remember when they started having the fireworks that were like different shapes? You know, so like there'd be a happy face one, and it was very inventive. Like, I mean, just the technology behind that was probably pretty insane. And then the next year they got lazy, and all of them were like half a smiley face, or like it wouldn't. They'd be upside down. Like a lot of them were upside down, or like it was just really weird. And I just remember it going, it was much better last year.
I don't know. Marley, calm down, dude. I don't think. I don't know. We never had fancy things like that. And we would go and watch the fireworks show at Fort Gordon. And sometimes they would have fancy things, I think.
Mm-hmm. I mean, this was all fairly recent. I mean, I can't say that I went to watch fireworks every year, but in my recent years.
In your recent years.
Back at the turn of the century, you know,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
1999.
Bryce said just seeing everything is awesome. Everything is awesome. She's shaking so bad. Bryce said, you were in the South. Are you allowed to have fancy things? No. Not here. Marley, chill. Just chill out. Just chill out, lady. No, ma'am. Marley.
I think those are black cats. I loved black cats as a kid.
I don't know what that means.
Firing off the bricks of black cats firecrackers.
Oh. No, I don't know.
We had those in the M70s. Oh my gosh, those were fun.
I don't know. An M80 was what my brother caught the gas can on fire with. And it exploded in my parents' backyard.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Don't blow up an M80.
Bryce, do you
On
have
top of it,
fireworks in
and then-
Reno? If he's still there. Bryce always has all the fun stuff.
It's true. He hasn't said yet.
Yeah.
They probably have fireworks. Oh, just kidding. He said no way we would burn Nevada down. High desert.
Gotcha. Well, it's not like you guys have any plants that would burn.
I was just about to say, but like, isn't it just dirt? The part that we drove through was just dirt.
That's right. I think I actually need some yellow on that other side because it's supposed to be. It's like the hot pocket. Hot pocket.
Pockets? Oh my gosh, we haven't had dinner yet. Hot Pockets sound good. We don't have Hot Pockets though.
That would be a problem.
Do you order pizza?
No. We've had pizza like 6 times in the last week.
Well, we have leftovers, yeah.
Well, Taylor got it. I stole one of her pieces that one day. We had it like the day before, and then we had it the day after. It's just like, holy cow, we've had a lot of pizza.
Others said we have fireworks, but no weird smiley faces, though. We're missing out.
Maybe California's just way ahead of the curve. I don't know.
I mean, maybe.
Or the fact that they can't have it, they're like, well, let's
Make it fancy.
make it fancy. Yeah. But to be fair, they didn't like it was always like for the longest time it was just normal fireworks, and then like one year they had those designer fireworks. We'll call
Is
that.
that what they're called?
Sure.
Designer fireworks. I like it.
All right. We gotta start talking about what we're gonna eat. I want McDonald's.
Baby, we don't have a car.
We got the Uber or whatever.
Okay, I guess I could order out.
Yeah. Start of the month. We have no food.
Yeah. We haven't got so
Is what it
we're that family that we go to the grocery store twice a month.
Like the rest of the families.
No, apparently everybody else goes weekly.
Yeah, my mom goes pretty much weekly.
That's just a lot of trips
It's
to
too
the
much.
grocery store.
I suppose
don't
if
have
we
time
actually,
to make that
if we
many
had a
trips.
car, we might do that, but we don't. So.
No, we're still one carring it here.
Ghetto fabulous.
Heather said I saw the fireworks in Philadelphia once. Those were very fancy. Ooh.
Yeah, like the ones in Washington D.C. are crazy. Like on the barges and stuff. Like it's like whoa, whoa.
What was
Tell
it
me.
like?
That's how they say it. Whoa.
Bryce. Yeah. Aaron's car is super broken, and it is in. Where did we have the car accident?
Arizona. Yeah, it never
It's in
made it out of
Arizona.
Arizona. Well,
So-
like parts of it may have made it out.
Yeah, it's smushed.
Yeah, that car is toast.
We have one car, which is my car, between the three of us, and Taylor works
Every day.
every day pretty much, and like this weekend she's dog sitting all weekend, so she's got the car currently.
Which, you know, with COVID, it kind of didn't
It hasn't
it didn't put a crimp in anything because it wasn't like we're going anywhere anyway. So it's not that big of a deal. It's just, I don't know. I think Liz's mom wants us to get a car worse than we do. I was like,
Oh my gosh,
I do not need a car payment for a car that I'm going to use twice a month. Like,
yeah. My mom was like, you really need to get a car.
yeah, why don't you
She's
guys have a
tried
car?
to give me her Expedition like 800 times.
But it doesn't work.
It doesn't work. We would have to get it fixed first, and that's just money.
Yep.
So.
And then we'd have to get it fixed second, and then we'd continue having to get it fixed, and I don't want to do that.
So, to answer your question, yes, it is broken, and we just have one car. Good night, Heather. Have a good night. I just said good night twice.
Yeah, good night. Have a good night. Keep it real. There's all those firework talk. She was like, I'm going out to Kroger's and getting me some fireworks.
Oh, yeah.
I'm getting me some fireworks. Do they sell fireworks at Walmart? Or are they too scared? It's
I
liability.
don't know, but we're not getting fireworks. I know. Babe,
Woman,
Sweet Pea, you can... How about you get some stuff for the beach?
go to your room. I think that's my favorite thing. I sent both her and my daughter to their rooms. I was like, both of you, go to your room.
I was already in my room.
I was like, come out of your room and go back in
I
it.
think I was laying down because I had a headache or something. And you came in and you were like, go to your room.
We were talking about
I am.
something.
I'm in my room.
Well, come out of your room and then go back into it.
Don't
How
remember
dare
what that
you.
was for. I think your sisters are chatting it up in your text messages.
They probably are.
They're blowing up that phone.
Blowing up the chat. Chatting up the blow.
What?
What?
Chatting with the phone.
That's right.
All right.
Cocaine.
No.
What? It's funny doing these little stripes. You just gotta keep doing them.
Is that what's funny about it?
That is really, yeah. I'm laughing. I'm saying it's funny because I'm about to cry, but
You're doing such a great job.
I know. It's this Russian fingernail brush.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I didn't plan on using this, but it's working really well, so I'm digging it.
Hey, whatever works.
I'm digging it. So ReaperCon's like 3 weeks away, right?
What?
What?
That's not funny.
A month away?
When is ReaperCon?
It's like a month away, right?
No, it's not. It's in September. And then, please don't do this.
Next month is September.
No, it is not. Next month is August.
June, July, September.
Here. Oh my gosh. There's so much I gotta do. I was sitting there today and I was going, I wonder when our next Miniature Monthly Masters is gonna be. And then I was like, when did we start it last year?
A month ago.
No, last year we started it July 6th.
Oh, wow.
And so I was like, oh shoot.
Gotta get on that.
Yeah, so I think since we have some people that are watching here, I think we're going to start Miniature Monthly Masters on the 15th of this month. Not trying to give y'all a heads up or anything.
If you were smart, you smarted on January 1st. Or you
Smarted?
You smarted. If you were smart, you smart. And we all smarts in
If
here. House
if
of
you're
X.
smart, you would have smarted on January 1st.
Hey, migraine head.
Bless your
It
heart.
is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rules are pretty much and categories are the same every year.
Yeah.
So if you were smart, you would have smarted
Yeah.
and started.
And if any of our patrons are watching, I will be putting out a survey probably on Monday regarding the competition and prizes and stuff. Because I think we're going to have to switch up the way we do prizes this year. Because $700 for shipping expenses last year for the competition.
It is
was a
expensive.
lot.
I mean,
So,
but we're also thinking about changing the way we judge it
yeah.
to an open system, just like ReaperCon.
Yeah.
So there may actually be some cool Miniature Monthly trophy medal things, which I can sculpt myself now,
Yeah.
which is pretty amazing.
And hopefully I'll be able to soon too.
Yeah. I mean, we may get someone else to do it, but at the same time, it's neat to actually have that option.
Yeah.
Good times had by all.
Oh yeah.
Holy cow. You know what this dragon needs? 1 or 2 more scales.
Oh, I was just about to say more lines.
I was like, oh, I've got it all the way down to the tail, and then I realized the whole section I missed up there.
Aww.
I just did it, though. I'm so tempted to just break this
No,
one
don't
off.
break it off. Do you want me to get my little tiny hands in there?
I don't even think little tiny hands will work, because it's like...
You gotta fake it till you make it, baby.
Yep.
Marley, don't even. I see you raising your little
Don't
perky
even
ear.
think
Put
about
that ear
it.
down. Put your ear down. Yeah, put your little ear down. She heard little kids and she was like, "Oh, I forgot to order food."
I want 2 of everything.
What?
Hmm?
2 of everything? We would like 2 of your whole menu, please. People watching us are judging because we're having McDonald's for dinner at 10 o'clock at night.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
Okay, are you sure you want McDonald's? Ow!
Yeah.
Wait. Gosh dang it. Ow!
I don't know
no.
why I just do.
Bro,
You can judge all you want, but
I ain't judging.
I want a Big Mac's combo.
Oh, I know exactly what you want, sweet pea.
And then I also want a hamburger with just a hamburger.
Okay. All right. Large. And then just a hamburger.
Yeah, and a large Coke
Marley.
and fry.
Oh my gosh, dude.
They don't supersize anymore, do they? Because that was that movie came out, and they're like, that's bad PR.
I honestly have absolutely no idea.
So I think you have to say large fry and a large Coke,
Yeah.
which is what I would like. Diet Coke.
And baby, I've already got it. It's already in the thing. I got you. A cheeseburger or a hamburger? Are you drooling on me?
Hamburger.
She's drooling on me. Do you want the onions?
Yeah.
Bryce said food makes his headaches worse.
Yeah, they make mine worse if I eat during the optical migraine. Afterwards, I'm okay. It's weird. So basically, I skipped lunch today.
You also skipped breakfast, sweetie.
And I skipped dinner too. What do you know?
Wait, did you not have... I thought you had some macaroni.
I did, but that was at
Okay.
what, 3 or 4?
Good
So it was like
snack.
brunch or dinner.
Linner. Okay, I gotta put you down, Marley. You're hurting me.
Shoot, my coffee's
Cold?
cold.
Just like your heart.
Soul.
Oh,
My
yeah.
heart and soul.
Okay. Alright. Got that.
That's looking kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
So is anybody doing any special projects for Reapercon's contest this year?
And while they answer that, the lander said I get what are called, oh no, erythrophalgic migraines. I get all the symptoms, side effects, and results of a migraine, all of them except the actual pain itself. Oh, that's weird.
Okay, so that being said,
Weird.
so when I was a kid, I would get the optical migraine, and so you can't see, right? And then I would have like a splitting headache. Like I'd just be out of it for like 2 days. So that was sucked, right? And I don't know what happened over the years, if like my blood vessels all blew out or something in my head, but I don't get the headache now. I get the optical part of it, which is still super annoying, and I can't see. So that's a problem. But like I'll get kind of almost headachy, but not like crazy migraine headache. So I'm super thankful for that. But like sometimes still like my arm will go to sleep. Like when we started tonight, my arm started going to sleep. I was like, oh great. And then it stopped. Yeah, dude, I don't know why this stuff happens.
I think you need to go see like a neurological doctor because you've got some weird.
That's something normal. Like my feet is completely different. That's like, because when I get a migraine, like my hand will go numb and then it becomes unnumb, which is nice. Unlike my feet.
I have literally never heard of that. That's crazy.
So sometimes you start like violently throwing up and stuff. I never had that, but I had a friend who did, and like I couldn't imagine. Like I felt so bad for him because like his head would just be splitting and he'd be puking.
Me. That's
good time.
Mine are.
Good time.
I can't be near light. Can't have any sound. I just need to be where it's cold.
Yeah.
Like usually I'll go take a hot shower and then get out and get in the cold bed, and that usually helps a lot.
Yeah.
But no, I also take my migraine medicine.
Cool.
So the lander said I get this. Honey, we gotta use some smaller words here. Some scintillating scotoma, the loss of vision. Oh my gosh. The sensitivity to light and noise and nausea.
This is like one of those things. Oh yeah, well I die for 3.5 seconds and come back to life.
These words are so
yeah.
great. The random numbness. No, I think this is the same person that was saying that they get that acephalgic things. Nausea and the random numbness, and then afterwards I'm sensitive to head motion, but not the headache itself. To me that's just crazy because. I don't know what would be worse, having all of the symptoms but no headache.
Honestly, I would rather have this. I'd rather have none of it.
True, yeah.
But I'd rather have the symptoms than the headache. The headache is freaking ridiculous. Like that is not, like I said, I would not wish a migraine headache on my worst enemy. Like that. That's how strongly I feel about it. Like it's like no, nobody wants this. Ted Bundy. I hope he doesn't have migraines. He's dead.
After I got my shot and I had a 3-day migraine.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that sucks. I knew a guy at Reaper. One of the guys who worked at Reaper. I forget who it was. He had a migraine for 3 months. Had the optical thing for 3 months. I was like, dude, that would drive me nuts. I think I would.
Nope, don't say it. Thank you.
I would jump off a bridge.
No,
straight up.
I just said don't say it.
If there was water underneath and not a real high bridge, maybe
gosh.
like a 10-foot high bridge.
Aaron, you're just stop there. Oh my God. Bryce said I finally figured mine out. I have had a magnesium deficiency. My muscles were always tight.
That's hot.
Jesus Christ. Lander said, "Oh God, yes." When I read Harry Potter, I pictured the cruciatus. I can never say that word as a migraine, and that I get it.
So mine, I think, has something to do with because there's different triggers, right? Like some people eat bananas and they get a migraine. Some people do physical activity and they get a migraine. I think mine is based on air pressure. like barometric pressure and stuff. I heard something about that a long time ago.
Oh,
And
probably.
it seems like it doesn't happen every time. I think it's when it's a rapid change in pressure. So it's not like, hey, we have high pressure, I'm going to get a migraine. But if it goes from high pressure to low pressure and we've got a storm rolling in,
Yeah.
that could be it.
Yeah.
And then also dehydration is a big one for me. Like I've got to.
Mine tends to come from using the computer too much. Like that day where I spent 17 hours straight on the spreadsheet
Yeah.
for the Miniature Monthly
I gotta
Masters.
tell you, sometimes I get a really bad headache just listening to you talk. Sorry, that actually hurts my head. I couldn't even get it out of my mouth.
Oh my god. Go to your room. Oh my god.
Oh man.
You're the worst. Okay, 91 Dingo said that's one of the most gorgeous dragons I've ever seen.
Oh, thank you. I mean, I'm still playing with it. Okay, so here's what we're doing here. This is based off of Liz's dragon in World of Warcraft.
Nope.
No,
Guild Wars
that's
2.
not what it's in. Guild Wars 2. And it had like all of this lightning going through the skin. And I wanted it also to be a little bit like Smog from Lord of the Rings. Where his stomach would get real, like it would blow up and you would actually see the cracks through it and see the lightning. So that's kind of what this is supposed to be. I'm still kind of refining it and getting how I want that lightning to go through his skin. But I'm starting to get it. Like that's why I put a little bit more yellow in these parts and in the eye. Just to make that spot hotter. And then somewhere along the line, it kind of turns from the electricity into just regular highlights. So I didn't want to do electricity everywhere. In the pictures of her actual dragon, there's electricity everywhere. But holy cow, that takes a long time to put in. So we're just kind of playing around with that. It is a little bit dusty right here. So I think probably at some point I'm going to put in a little bit of semi-gloss to make it more vibrant. And that will get rid of the dustiness. So you can't really see it on the picture, but it's starting to come together.
They said the pink is fantastic.
Well, that's why I put it there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm like, it's coming together pretty quickly now, I guess. So I gotta quickly, sort of.
This is like the
8th month
straight-
of doing this. Yeah. Probably in the future, I will not be doing a huge dragon, but this is the one that Reaper gave me, and I thought it'd be cool to just work on. But you see how I kind of go back and forth between the airbrush and the paintbrush, and the airbrush and the paintbrush. So, you know what? Actually, I don't have semi-gloss. What do you know? Yes, I do. Satin varnish. Wonder if I could do a little bit of this, just to see what it looks like. Problem is, I have yellow in my paintbrush, in my airbrush.
Marley, calm down.
So we'll end this stream with a little bit of satin varnish. So if you've had that problem with your airbrush where things start looking dusty, almost like chalky a little bit, that's a common thing with airbrushing acrylics. And that is, I think it's mainly from the matte coats in your paint. So we got to get rid of some of that. We've got to put some shiny back into it. But you don't want it to be super shiny. So one way to actually test that to see if it would work is if you just sprayed or put water onto the model, and you see what it looks like when it's a little bit shiny.
You clog?
I just want to make sure I'm not clogged. So I don't want to totally do this because there's a little bit in there. I don't want to totally do this because I want to be able to do it at the end on everything evenly. But I mean, I could always put matte coat back onto it. So
Yeah.
it is what it is. Let me tell you a story about 3 people.
She's watching you so
One
closely.
needle. What do you think, Marley? Are we doing a good job? Yeah. More specifically, am I doing a good job?
Yeah.
I'm trying to.
Oh, she was fluttering her little eyelashes at you.
Yeah. Yeah, satin varnish. So I don't want gloss, although I could use gloss varnish. I can use a little bit of it. Oh no, I'm out of satin varnish. Well, there you have it.
That was all that was left?
That was all that was left. Perfect. So we
Okay.
do still want to...
Order more of that.
Yeah, I don't use it that much, but I do use it a little bit.
I don't have any...
Kind of clean brush here.
I don't have my sticky notes on my desk.
All right. Funny thing is, on the camera, in the video, you can't really see how chalky it is, but I can see. It's dusty looking.
It is so dusty.
Oh no.
Oh.
Yeah, clean that out a little bit better than we did.
Mm-hmm. Jesse said I used the same picture you were referencing as the background on my computer for like 5 years. I love that dragon. When you're doing it, Jesse.
Charlie.
Chill out. Here's one little trick when you're changing colors out. Pull your needle out. My needle has a little bit of blue on it. It will always have that blue on it. So you just wipe it off. Spray a little bit more through. Put my needle back in. This is like if you don't want to like clean your airbrush completely. But I really don't want any colors in my satin varnish. So I mean, I guess it could be a little bit, but
Not blue though. That'd be bad.
yeah, I don't want to be changing the colors of my thingamabobber here.
Do you have blue in your paintbrush?
I don't know. But it's okay. It ain't that blue. If it is. It's just a hair.
Okay.
Alright, that did it.
I was about to say I hope so because you're out of matte varnish now. Or satin varnish.
So I went a little bit thick on this. But once it dries, I think I will tone down a little bit. But I could also just do it less. You also find that the dark areas of your model get darker with a little bit of satin varnish. And that's why using inks and stuff works really, really well. Yeah, I like that much better. I don't know if you can tell the difference on the video, but...
Worker said that's looking really cool.
Thank you very much. It's like any project, you get halfway through it and you're like, oh my gosh, this looks horrible. And then, oh my gosh, it looks much better. And then it looks horrible. And it kind of just goes back and forth. Right. Staying confident.
Don't stress out.
Don't stress out.
Yeah, that looks
It's starting to look really like fiery down here, and that's what I want. And then even up in the eyes. I might come back. There's a lot of things that I could do. We'll see. We shall see what we shall see. But that's looking pretty darn cool, I think. Peace out, brothers. Brothers and sisters. All right.
Oh, is it? Oh.
So we want to do some rapping, Liz. Liz and I have been practicing some really cool rap songs that we've been working on.
No.
Liz is going to do a solo. No, we're not going to do that. But thank you all for joining us today and every day. Oh, you know what? My camera's like way low. There we go. Boom! All right. So that's it for House of X. Join us next time. This was actually this month. So we'll probably do one this month too because we're crazy. Well, we're not crazy, but I got to get this dragon done before ReaperCon. We got to deliver this thing.
Yeah.
Anyways,
it'll get done.
for those of you going to ReaperCon, I'm really looking forward to seeing some cool contest entries and stuff and be thinking about that. Maybe on next House of X, if you guys have questions or something about something you're working on, you need help, just ask. So,
Oh yeah.
cool beans.
Jesse said thanks for showing up, even though you didn't feel well. It was a great show.
Well, screw you,
No,
Jesse. No, I'm just kidding.
Being so mean.
Oh, that kind of hurts.
Oh, jeez.
No, it's always fun, and that's the thing.
Jesse,
Like I
you
said,
know he loves you.
like of course, like I said at the start of this thing, sometimes you just don't want to do stuff, and sometimes if you just do it, you find out that you had fun, and I had fun, so and I feel a little bit better, maybe because I was having fun. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I'm gonna keel over dead right after this, but hopefully
don't.
after
Don't
I get
jinx
McDonald's.
Don't jinx it. Please don't jinx it.
Dinner of Champions.
Oh my goodness.
There we go.
All right.
All right.
Thanks to everyone for joining us.
Thank you very much. We will see you when
Next
we
time.
see